Dolphins get a good win against the Jets. Not a great win against the Jets. A good win that saw a lot of positive things. Also, a good win that saw a lot of very negative things. Final score 27-21. The Dolphins get their first win of the season with a game that was very controlled. A lot of running, passing when they needed it, and the defense getting a little more pressure than we're used to seeing. Hopefully you're feeling all right on this Monday night. I am Dan Day along with Marcos Gonzalez. You are always a member of this show. You can call in, get your opinion. It's Game Day Uncensored. Now, I don't want you cussing up a storm. Give us your true opinion. Maybe you're leaving the stadium. Maybe you're leaving a bar. Maybe you're in Honolulu, Hawaii, and you just want to call in because you're a lifelong Dolphins fan. Austin, Texas. We got Dolphins Nation all over the world. Feel free to call in. The number 305-567-0560. That's 305-567-0560. The good. The Dolphins get their first win of the year. That's always good. 27-21. You beat the Jets, the rivals. That's always good. Darren Waller. A lot of people thought he would be a no-show the entire season. This game, not only was he not a no-show, he was a major factor in your victory. Caught a third down pass, third play of the game, converted first down, caught the first touchdown of the game, caught a touchdown later in the game. And if that wasn't enough, as a cherry on top, Darren Waller recovers the onside kick at the end of the game to help seal the deal. Devon Achane, Marcos, 1 yard away from 100 yards, 20 carries, 99 yards, 5 yards, a carry, a touchdown. Ollie Gordon Jr., not huge statistical numbers, but still showed a lot of physical presence. 6 carries for 10 yards. This was the new Dolphins. This is not the greatest show on surf anymore. I'm here to tell you, those days have gone. This is ground and pound, keep it on the turf nowadays. Miami Dolphins.
Look, the biggest story, of course, leaving this game, because in actuality, this was two 0-3 teams that were battling out to determine who's going to secure their first victory. But when you leave this game, not only will you be digesting the Tyreek Hill injury, you're also going to be looking at, like you said, this is the new look Dolphins without Tyreek Hill, potentially, this long distance, long range shot we've had for 2
This is the thing I was going to try to say. I was going to try to give you some sugar before I gave you some spice. So I gave you a little bit Darren Waller. I gave you Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill. Tua Tagovailoa looking somewhat sharp. I gave you Devon Achane running the ball good. The defense got some pressure. I thought Terrell Dotson was fantastic. Zach Sealer looked like the Zach Sealer of old at times. Jalen Phillips looked like the Jalen Phillips of old. But yes, the big negative of tonight. Tyreek Hill has allegedly, or supposedly, we don't have for sure words on it, dislocated his knee. What comes with that, of course, a lot of the times is a long recovery process with the tendons being pulled. It was on a play. Tyreek Hill, once again, having another big game. We're in the clutch on third downs. He was making big catches. He caught a pass. Third quarter. He was going out of bounds. That was over there in the third quarter. Third quarter with 13-21. Tyreek Hill carted off the field. It did not look good from the very beginning. And now you start to wonder, what is this offense going to look like without Tyreek Hill? Or, Marcos, are we seeing what this offense pretty much is going to look like without Tyreek Hill, as we saw for the rest of the game, where it was a very ground and pound control game with Tua Tagovailoa being very accurate when he needed after getting the defenses kind of on their toes. It's one of those things going to be interesting to see, but you still, Marcos, overall as a Dolphins fan, have to be somewhat discouraged with Tyreek Hill going down tonight.
Yeah, my initial reaction was the season is over. That is the initial, of course, the curse continues. Yet another opportunity squandered because of some mysterious injury. But if I look at the football team that was on the field today, yes, of course, Tyreek Hill is going to be a talent that's always going to help you, something you're always going to miss. But I liked some things that I saw tonight.
What does it mean for the Miami Dolphins without Tyreek Hill going forward? Want to hear from you, your opinions. 305-567-0560. We're going to be taking your calls all night long. We're going to be breaking down this Dolphins game, the first Dolphins win of the year against the New York Jets, a game that the Jets I never really thought they had a chance to win the game. They looked very inept at times. They made a lot of not very smart plays. I'll use that term very nicely. I thought that they were very sloppy, a lot of penalties, a lot of bad plays. Didn't think that they were super, super talented. Didn't even think the talent that they had, they super really used it to their abilities. And the Miami Dolphins, just to be honest, looked like a team that was a little more in control and kind of knew where they were and what to do. Feels good, though. A win is a win is a win is a win, no matter what, if you're the Miami Dolphins. 305-567-0560. I warned a lot of people, Marcos, not too long ago. I'll get to my warnings right now. Let's go straight to those phone lines. Once again, the numbers, 305-567-0560. 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, man? I finally get to talk to you. This is Rick Steele from Coral Springs. How are you?
Rick Steele. I like your name. It sounds like a Marvel hero.
Yeah. People either think I'm a boxer, porn star, or an attorney, or a wrestler.
Excellent. Well, Rick, tell me real quick, what's on your mind tonight after the Dolphins' first win of the season, but it comes with, of course, possibly losing Tyreek Hill for an extended period of time?
Well, you know what? Next man up. Basically, I'm just happy that Tua had a little bit of time to throw the ball. Our defense played well. And, we got a weak schedule coming up. We get the 3-3, and we get some players back from injury. I think we're going to be just fine.
So, Rick, are you one of those guys that's a Dolphins fan like me? You're taking it one game at a time. Look, celebrate our wins like we did tonight. Move on from our losses. Are you one of those Dolphins fans that like, man, I don't want to see this team be middling again, because there's a good chance. I've said this before. You beat the Jets. You beat a bad Panthers team. Chargers are kind of up and down. You beat the Browns. Maybe you lose to the Falcons. You're right there at 4-4 again, which is, I think, a lot of Dolphins fans don't want. Would you think that it would be a bad situation?
Well, I don't think we lose to the Falcons. I think we go 5-3 and we look up and up. We've made some runs in the past. We're going to come together as a team. Our defense is solid. They're going to pull through, and Tua's just got to manage the game and no turnovers, and we have an opportunity. We got a lot of football left, my brother.
Before you go, Rick Steele, do you believe that this is the new look Dolphins? This is not the greatest show on surf anymore. This is, we are going to control the ball, the greatest show controlling the clock.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. Controlling the clock, managing the game. We got to wait till the all season to possibly pick up another receiver. We definitely have to focus on the offensive line, our defense, and another defensive back where we're going to get some people back from injuries. But, yeah, new look Dolphins for this year. But you never know what happens as long as we have a good draft and have a good free agents, and we can spend some money.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. Rick Steele calling in. Appreciate that from Coral Springs. Let's go back to the phone lines. 305-567-0560. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello, go ahead.
Hello.
Hey, go ahead. Yeah, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, this is Mike from Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, Mike, what's up?
Yep. So I'm thinking, my thought process is this: you're quite possibly looking at next year's offense, minus Tyreek Hill, because the running backs, A-Chang and Ollie Gordon, they should be there with probably a couple of additions on the offensive line. Hopefully they get rid of Jackson. But as far as the skill players are concerned, you may minus what they may do in the draft, you may be looking at next year's team right now.
Was it hopeful to you when you saw Tyreek Hill go down? And of course, it did look really bad from the beginning. But that there was a small little period right after that where it looked like Jalen Waddle just said, "I'm wide receiver number one," and they went to him and and he was very effective.
And I believe he can be a wide receiver number one given the chance. I think they will add to their receiver room, free agency before, this season's over, because I think, a dislocated knee, he may very well be done for the season or close to it.
Yeah, that's kind of the initial word, but we don't know for sure.
And we don't know if this is a one-year deal for Darren Waller. So
if he plays like he did tonight, I'll want him around for a while. He was balling tonight.
I want him around for a while too, but we'll, wait and see. First, it's just one game, and it is against the Jets, 0-3 team. So we'll see what happens with that. So, being realistic, you could, be looking at next year's team right now.
And both teams coming into the game, one of the 2 of 3 teams that have yet to force a turnover in the NFL this season. Right. The Dolphins get 3 of them tonight. That is the difference in the game.
Yep, that's the difference in the game. But again, you're playing the 0-3 Jets.
I was waiting for you to say that.
I would love to see the Dolphins in this year's draft continue to build that offensive line, because I think that's where the difference is going to be made. Here they gotta continue with that offense. I think they got a real player in our left tackle, but Jackson stays hurt. That was a knock on him coming out of college. I believe they drafted a real player in the guard from Arizona, but I would like
Jonas
to see
Savianaya.
Savianaya. I would like to see them continue to draft high on that offensive line. I'm telling you, because that's going to be the only thing that's going to be the real difference maker with this team going forward.
Okay, Malcolm, high on the offensive line. A lot of draft talk, Marcos, and we're only 4 games into the year. By saying in the offseason we should get this. Hold up, baby. We're 1-3. We're okay. I told you there's a path to 4-4. There's a path to 5-3, and that's realistic. It's not one of these pie in the sky things.
I got us at 14-3, Dan, to end the season.
Okay. 305-567-0560. Let's go to my Duty in Georgia. Duty, break it down. What you got? Where you at?
Oh, you got me locked on caller ID, huh?
I'm always watching you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. I finally got to meet Marcos at the Panthers parade. What's up, Marquito Tito?
Oh, ¿qué pasa, señor?
Hey, I don't know if you remember. I was the dude wearing the pizza hat.
Pizza hat guy. Duty.
No,
I totally do
that's
remember.
Your boy, Duty.
Yes, you were up there with Hawk, Tobin, Solana, and I. Duty's a good guy.
Yeah.
I
asked Dan a while back, I said, out of all the people at 560, who would you prefer to hang out with, and why is it Marcos?
See, and you know what? Dan and I have actually hung out together outside of work, and it's been a good time.
Dude, that's a hell of a crew you guys got there, but yeah, this was quite the slump buster. I mean, obviously,
sometimes that's what you need, Duty. Sometimes you just need a slump buster. You need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Exactly, you gotta get that one. But yeah, sure, we could end up 5-3, but then what? There's no way. We're not competing with Buffalo. There's no chance. So what are we really trying to do here? Are we acting like we're competitors? Because I don't see it.
So, Duty, I want to ask you this, and just be honest with me. And I understand that one of the things I'm going to ask you, maybe a little far-fetched, maybe not. Tyreek Hill goes down tonight, supposedly a dislocated knee. We know that could be very serious. That could be a long recovery. Do you think that's going to be the end of this season for us? Or do you think maybe it's a small, once again, for lack of a better term, blessing in disguise, that this offense will kind of start to maybe be a little more evolved and maybe be a little well-rounded?
I think you might be right. We might have been a little too dependent on Tyreek when it's not necessarily our best option every time. But now they might have to diversify a little bit more, which might make it a better overall scheme where we're distributing a little bit better with all the different pieces that we've got. But again, it's like, we're paying Waddle and Tyreek almost $60 million a year. Like, that just doesn't seem feasible long term.
Especially for a coach who for 4 years has talked about the run game. His baby is the run game. Well, why are you paying
the run game is a baby. He's so tiny.
Why are you paying 2 receivers number 1 money? But maybe now this gives Mike McDaniel all the reason to pound the ball. And Devon Achan's a good running back. By this point, we can go on that limb and say Devon Achan is a solid run back, and maybe, just maybe, one of the top 3 offensive players on this team.
Oh, for sure. And I like Ollie Gordon. I mean, he's huge. The dude could fall forward and average for more yards than Kalen Ballage did.
Ooh, what a name you just pulled there, Kalen Ballage.
I mean, he averaged social distancing?
Yeah, well, that happened a couple times. Yeah.
By the way, I'm pissed at Ollie Gordon. It cost me my parlay.
What was the over-under
sorry
tonight?
about that, Marcus.
About 30 yards. Just 30 yards.
You could have made it up by taking Darren Waller 2 TDs at plus 3,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Dude.
When I saw he was in the game, then he converted that third down on the third play of the game. I was like, man, Darren Waller's already balling. I didn't expect him to do this much. And then he caught the touchdown. Then he caught another touchdown. Then he recovered an onside kick. I was like, Darren Waller's everywhere. What's going on?
Just playing the game. Just lying down and grabbing that ball.
He might be my player of the game. I'm just saying, stay tuned, Duty. We're going to get to it in just a little bit. That's our Duty. We're still taking your calls because this show, it's not just about me, Dan Day. It's not just about Marcos Gonzalez. It's about you, the Dolphins fan. It is Game Day Uncensored, the postgame. So we get real. We are not beholden to anyone. That's why we take your calls and we let you be real with us and tell us. So let's go back to the phone lines. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM WQAM. Oh, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Go ahead.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing good now. Hey, I mean, look, you take the good with the bad. You get a win against the Jets. The season looks a little bit better. The run game looks good. Tua looks somewhat sharp. The defense looks like it might be rounding up a little bit, but you do lose number 10, and that one is always going to hurt you.
Listen, we got a tight end finally.
I like that, Darren. I liked him with the Raiders. I told you, I liked him. I thought he was going to be an energy guy, but he was more than an energy guy tonight. He was a difference maker on the offense.
Exactly. That's what we need. Listen, I'm not too concerned about losing Tyreek because the cheetah, I'm not worried about it. We got another wide receiver there. We're giving a lot of money to.
You're right.
And we can build around. Listen, we got to change this team. The running game, again, it's against the Jets.
I know. That's the caveat.
But got a couple of draft picks, like everybody's saying. You know, we're not going to be up there in the elite teams this year. But maybe, I don't know if we get anything for Cheetah or whatever. But you know what? Thank God we don't have a Jet team.
That team,
Jet team, man. Thank God for that.
That team was a folly of events tonight. I mean, when they're catching punts inside the 5-yard line with fair catches, penalties all over the place.
12 penalties or 11 penalties? I don't know. It was a lot.
It was a lot. And there's times, and Justin Fields is at times electric, at times a little dolty out there. I will admit that.
Hey, but I want to say something to all you Met fans out there. Who's your daddy? The Miami Marlins.
This week, Miami owned the New York sports teams. Marlins ending the Mets season. And tonight, the Dolphins beating the New York Jets. Back to the phone lines, 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's going on, man? Handsome Daffy representing the AM show.
Handsome Daffy.
Yeah, what's going on, man? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not a delusional fan like most of these guys are. You guys are talking about picks. Who cares?
I don't care about picks.
When it comes to picks. Yeah, but Chris Griff sucks when it comes to picks anyway. So I'm not even worrying about the offseason.
No, I'm worried about right now. I'm worried about Tyreek. I'm worried about this team. I'm worried about Ollie Gordon II. I'm worried about Devon Achane. I'm worried about Mike McDaniel's game plan.
Well, his game plan, I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be another wash season because we can't beat the Bills. That line is not going to hold up. The run game looked good tonight. I give you that. Again, it's against the Jets. It's not going to last for the rest of the season. There's going to be people going to get injured. They're going to get hurt. We're going to have the same conversation about, oh, my God, why can't these guys stay in the game? Why can't they stay resilient? Tua's going to throw picks like he always do. He's going to give you 1 or 2 picks. My thing is you got to change. He has to go. Tua is not it. I'm sorry. I don't care if people tired of hearing it, but it's the truth. It's just not that there's nothing that has me uplifted about this season. I'm sorry. Like, why you beat the Jets? Even if Bill Clock is right twice a day.
Hey, but that's why we call it Game Day Uncensored. You're allowed to have your feelings and express them freely. I understand what you're saying, and a lot of people, I think, are listening to you right now saying, preach. But I'm feeling good right now. The Dolphins got a win, albeit against the Jets. But nonetheless, it looks like this team, at least McDaniel's offensive philosophy, has evolved a little bit. So let's take one more phone call, 305-567-0560 before we go to break. 104.3 FM WQAM. This is Game Day Uncensored. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Dan, it's Neil calling all the way from California.
Glad to have our California Dolphins in the house, Neil. What's up?
So I'm really happy. I got a call when they win. I got a call when they lose, but I'm happy to see Darren Waller out there. That was a surprise. guy, like the play of the game was the onside kick that he recovered. So I think he gets the player of the game. It's sad about Tyreek, but I think we got to get some other receivers to step up. Washington's got to step up. Westbrook Akini's got to step up.
Ooh, where's he been?
And Tua's got to play a better game. I mean, he was good tonight. Didn't get sacked. Didn't do stupid things. No interceptions. So it's a good win. But if Waller's not the MVP, it's the offensive play caller for the Jets because they didn't do enough Justin Fields. Because when he did run, he ran through us like Montezuma's revenge.
Also, Garrett Wilson. You saw that last catch Garrett Wilson had? I thought they should have gone to him a lot more also. But what are you going to say? Hey, what about this? Tyreek Hill goes down. We hate that. We love Tyreek Hill. He is one of the best players, probably a Hall of Famer on the first ballot. But what about not one guy stepping up? What about a Jalen Waddle, Darren Waller stepping up in tandem to make up for the difference without Tyreek Hill?
Absolutely. I mean, and I think there's going to be other players that step up in the interim in the next couple games, and the defenses aren't going to know what to do with them because they don't know them. We don't know them, but they could do something.
It might have a little bit of a bizarro gonzo type offensive scheme here that might throw off a couple of teams. And you never know in this NFL, maybe the best player on another team goes down, gets hurt. Other teams deal with injuries. You start finding ways to catch W's, and who knows? That's why we play all these games. And I tell you, Neil, I'm telling you, celebrate your victories if you're the Miami Dolphins and move on from your losses. That's the best way to do it as a fan this year.
It's good to be off the schneid.
It really is. You're kind of worried about it. And if you think you're a bad team, and I'm, once again, I will throw a little bit of shade because they're our rivals. If you think you're a bad team, you saw the Jets tonight. They weren't a very good team either. So, maybe you have a little something going there. And I know we did it to the Jets, and I know you let the Jets kind of come back into the game, but you did not make so many of the serious mistakes that they made tonight.
Just shooting themselves in the foot. Hey, Dan, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate you guys.
Neil, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you as always. Appreciate all of our callers, all of our listeners, all the people who jump in on the YouTube and Twitch. If you're leaving the Dolphins Jets game, give us a call, 305-567-0560. Tonight, the big takeaways. Darren Waller, at least for one night, looked like a guy who wasn't on vacation for the past 2 or 3 years, retirement, whatever you want to call it. He looked like his old self. He looked invested. He made plays. Tua Tagovailoa looked sharp. The running game, offensive line, okay, pretty good. Defense starts stepping up, getting some pressure, but we did lose Tyreek Hill, and we did have problems controlling Justin Fields. And if you want to say Nick Folk, he's a good kicker for the Jets. What are you going to do? Special teams.